welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. Well, I am so happy to be here with you today, and I hope that all is well with you. And yes, we are here at Catherine's Garden and Home, and obviously I'm in the house. And you know what? Today, the temperature got up into the high 60s, and I'm not sure if it hit 70, but it was in the 60s for sure. And it was so beautiful and so sunny. But I believe on Saturday, no, on Friday, it is going to snow. So the temperatures are dropping. Right now, it's just windy and blustery. But that is just what is happening now in the garden. It's just changing. It's going from one to the other. Can't seem to make up its mind. However, this is still our opportunity to still dream and grow and think about what we want to do and how we want our gardens to develop. And it is still fresh. The good thing about a new growing season is that we can have a new experience. No matter what happened last year, this year doesn't have to be like that. This year can be unique and different. Hello, Deborah. How are you this evening? So good to have you with me. Yeah, this year can be the best yet. You can still take it and make it just, be awesome for you. Hey, Sonia, how are you? So good to have you. Yes, thank you all for coming on. And I was thinking about this. Exactly what am I going to talk to you all about? And what are we going to share? What are we going to say? And I thought about it, and I decided to go to Garden Trends for 2022. And I'm glad you're feeling good. Yeah, I was thinking, well, how do we, uh, you know, what is it are we looking for? And my name came up again. The name of my book, when I say my name, I mean the gardening journal name came up again. Intentional gardening. Intentional. And it was saying last year in 2021, there were a lot of new gardeners. A lot of people just started gardening, of course, because of the pandemic. And they were housebound, so gardening became a pastime, became something that people did. And so, what did you say? Last year was 50-50. I grew plants that flourished and others that were a burst. Yeah, a bust. So, yeah, so sometimes that happens. And I don't know if you noticed, but I did put a survey up in the in the community chat, the community space on my channel. You know how it says community? Yeah, well, I put up a survey there asking the same question: how was your year? And wanting people to rate it, to give me an idea of what it was like for them. And let me put on my glasses. Bust. Okay, yeah, I figured it out that you meant bust. But yeah, so even though last year may not have totally turned out exactly as you wanted it, it is not necessarily about this, like you said, Deborah, last year was 50-50. I grew plants that flourished and others that were a bust. But even the ones that were a bust, it's okay because you learned from that, right? And now you're going to be able to actually, you're going to be able to grow from the knowledge that you gained last year to make this year even better yet. Now, isn't that comforting? We can learn from our mistakes. We can learn from the things that we've done that were a failure to us, but that actually helped to help us to grow, actually. It's given us a little more wisdom, a little more knowledge, a little more understanding. You are smarter for it. So give yourselves a hand. Yes, you are smarter for the effort that you made last year in gardening. Every new thing that you attempted last year, give yourself a hand. Why? Because you tried. Yeah, and that is what makes this whole thing exciting. So how do we continue to keep our hopes up, keep our mind alert, keep ourselves excited about the garden and all of this time and investment that we put into it? And for some people that look, well, I didn't grow very much, I didn't do very much. But that's not the point. The point is that you allowed yourself to do and try something different. You allowed yourself to take the risk. You know, you tried something different. You took a risk. You decided to come out of the familiar and your comfort zone and to actually take a leap of faith to plant the seed and see what would happen. You allowed yourself to envision and stretch. And that is what life is all about. It's about stretching. So this is one medium or one way of us growing. And you know, of course, my session is grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. I think I'm feeling happy. I need to water consistently more often. Yeah. So now, because you know that, you know, the thing is that you know that things will grow, right? You know that you can grow things. Well, 50% of the things did grow. So obviously you can grow things. You have a touch that just needs to be developed, you know? So, Hey, good evening, Miss Catherine and gardening friends. Hi, Miss Beverly, my buddy. How you doing? Gardens are me. Gardens are what? Gardens are me. Yeah, gardens are me. How you doing? So good to have you with me. Yes. And yeah, say hello to everyone. And those who are listening, come on in the chat and also give a thumbs up. Don't forget to like it. And also share, share our experiences with others, because it is also, too, if you think about it, the other thing that you gained from coming on YouTube and doing this gardening thing, you have a common knowledge, you have common language, I want to say. Howdy, Sonia. Hey, Deborah. You have Beverly. You have common knowledge now that is, or a language. You have language, gardening language that you can share with other people, and you can build community. So it has also expanded your scope. Now, if I were to have a roll call, now everybody tell me where you're coming from, where you living, what zone are you in? You know, if I start to ask the question, yeah, where you living, where you coming from, what, my tiny garden, how are you? Hello. How are you? Thank you for coming and joining us here at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together. You are now part of a gardening community. And, you know, you listen to my channel, and I realize, too, that you listen to other people's channels, that you've subscribed to them, and now you have a network, right? You got a network that you can go in when you're feeling a little down or discouraged. You can try them out, and everyone is different. You know that I'm different. Central Illinois, Zone 5B, my tiny garden. Yes. See, now if I did a road, as I said, you know, so I know people now in Central Illinois. I know Miss Tiny Garden in Central Illinois. Yeah, I know Sonia. Sonia's in Cali. Mm-hmm. Delphine, how are you? Happy to see you again, Lady Kathy. How are you? I miss you. Delphine, so good. Good. Call Cali Zone AB. All right. You know, so now I know all these people around the country, around the world. You know, I know people from the UK to all the way in California and up north and down south. Yes, sirree. You know, so that you're now a part of something larger than yourself. So yes, gardening, you may have had those ups and downs last year in your gardening experience. It may not have been absolutely Virginia Zone 8A. 8A, woo, Virginia. So you may not no, you may not have had the best experience, and you may feel, well, I don't feel comfortable yet. I don't feel comfortable yet with gardening. It's all right. You can sit zone 6B here with you, Miss Catherine. All right, family. I got a sister who understands my concerns here. Yes. You know, and so we have each other where we can just come on and just have fun and just enjoy one another here in the chat. There's not, you know, you just can relax, you can comment, you can just put me on. I listen in the background and then run to your computer and type in something if you want to, or whatever. You can sit down with a cup of tea or a nice little, you know, glass of something and relax. And it is all about this whole gardening experience. Yes, we want to produce. I want to produce. I want to have, but also if we think about it in terms of all of the different ways that we are gaining from this experience and how enriching it is. And also the fact that hey, Mr. Raymond Rambo, how are you doing? We're just talking about the UK. Yes, and having gardening friends from all over the world, you know? Being able to experience and have this common ground of gardening where we can share our times, our joys, our laughs. We can learn something new. It can push you forward into dreaming and experiencing, setting goals, and learning from mistakes. You know, all of this helps to make life much more enjoyable, much more exciting, and much more rewarding. And then when we create beauty, you know, I personally enjoyed going back and looking at my garden videos, my own garden videos, and seeing my garden videos. It just made me so good when I did the review, because then I realized that I did accomplish a whole lot. Last year was quite amazing for me. You're in zone 5V. Yeah, so but you know what, that zone thing, everybody might be in a zone or area, but then the thing is that your garden is still unique to you. Your garden is yours, and you could be in zone 6B or 6. Yes, you have, ma'am, my Catherine. You know, so you may be in a zone 6 or a 6B or 5A, whatever, and yeah, your garden is so unique to you, your plot of land that you're on. And even within the plot of land, there's so many different variations to it. Like this today, it was so pleasant out in the garden. It was almost 70s. It was supposed to be it's like 68, and I happened to go out just in time when the sun was shining. It was such a beautiful day. I had on just a little jacket, and I actually was going out to take out the garbage. And when I was outside, I was like, wow, I'm missing all of this. Hey, gardens are, yeah. G Mama Grows, G Mama Grows. How you doing, girl? So good. I said, I gotta go and make sure I put on some shoes and walk around the garden. So I went and I got my gardening shoes. I put them on and I walked around and I observed all of the beds and so forth. My husband had happened to have been outside, and I don't know because I was busy inside doing something else. So I didn't really pay attention to what he was doing. So I went around to look and see, and he had cleaned up so much of the garden that it was like, wow. And as I was walking around, you know what I saw? I saw my daffodils starting to push their heads up. I could see the tips of the daffodils. Oh my goodness. It was like, wow, spring is coming. It's coming. The bulbs are starting to at least give us a little glimpse of something that's happening. And the daffodils, also the daffodils and the tulips. I could see a little bits of the tulips in certain parts of the garden because certain parts are warmer than other parts. So to just be able to see that spring is really coming and feel you could feel the heat of the sun. It just feels different. And even now, when I'm looking outside the window, it's like 5:38, and just a month ago, 5:38 p.m. here in the Northeast, it would have been dark, but yet you could see the dusk. So it's actually getting brighter outside. Soon I'll be able to go outside and have our garden conversations with you outside in my garden. Woo! I'm so excited about that. Elle Anderson's in the house. Hey, Elle, how are you doing, girl? So good to have you come and join me. And all of you, thank you for the thumbs up. I see the people have been clicking it and liking it. I'm so happy. Yes, because it's getting lighter out. It's getting warmer out. Even though on Friday, Teresa Williams, how are you? Hello, how are you? Chrissy, hi dear, how you doing, sweetness? Yeah, tomorrow, what was I saying? Okay, so later on, I'll be able to go outside and I'll be able to, enjoy the weather outside with you all. And it's coming. And so we've got to keep our hopes up, keep our imagination flowing, keep our joy rising high, keep our, don't allow any negative feelings to rob you of the joy of gardening. Yes, and anticipating. The planet is warming up months earlier than usual. Yes. Oh, what? Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Rambo. That on Friday it's supposed to snow. We're gonna get like 6 inches of snow. They're saying on Friday. So, and then we will be dipping down again into the cold temperatures. I think like 19 degrees. I don't know what that is Celsius, but Fahrenheit. And it'll be cold. Yes, indeed. It's gonna feel great to get outside and garden. It sure would. But anytime you get to, I think the joy and the bubbliness that's coming out of me is because I was able, as I said, to walk around the garden. And when I saw the daffodils and the tulips raising up their heads, It's 81 degrees here in South Mississippi, but we'll be in the 50s Friday. Yeah, so I guess everybody's going to be it's going to be shifting for pretty much most of us, and getting cold again. But the weather is kind of wrestling with one another, you know? It's wrestling. But it's changing. It's changing. Can't help it. It got to change. Yes, it's got to change because why? In the beginning, that's the way it was created. I'll be waiting another week since the weather is so freaky. Yes, excited. Yes, excited. Yeah, it is freaky. The thing is that I pulled up my seeds here, um, and you know what? I went into my Johnny's catalog. Yes, everything. Yeah, for me also too, Bev. I'm gonna start my seeds starting in March, and then I was thinking of using my husband's um, his little potting shed that he has there because it has a clear top, and maybe I will start to do some seed sowing in there. It's the only problem is that it might get damp inside, so I'm not sure, but it depends on I'm gonna have to gauge the temperature. So I think I'm gonna try something new because they will definitely get plenty of sun and heat during the day, and hopefully it will be able to hold the heat so that they will stay warm, and I think they will. I think that the air space will. So, and maybe provide one of those plastic, um, my greenhouses that I had talked about. Yeah, maybe doubling it up and giving it extra protection. Florida, we are year round outside, cutting grass and all. Here, you are. Oh, that's true. You're in a different location than the rest of us here that are up north. Zafir, we're excited too. Spring is coming. Bright days are ahead. Can't wait to see your daffodils and tulips starting to raise their heads. Yeah, me too. I'm excited about all of that. Now, last year I planted a lot of daffodils. Daffodils are what I planted, and I planted the whole row all the way down to the end. And my husband, that's the area that he was cleaning up today. And so when I looked, I saw the daffodils down to the very end. I know it's going to be pretty. At least I'm just hoping to see it all bloom. And I didn't plant a lot of bulbs or tulips in other areas because I had planted a lot there the year before. But I'm hoping that they will return. And if not, what are you sorry about, Elle? Oh, because you're still growing. Florida, because you're outside cutting grass and enjoying the sun. Well, you deserve it. We, we're still excited too here. Come on, Elle. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. It's all good. We don't jealous you, okay, honey? That's all right. You know what I enjoy? I enjoy the four seasons. I really do. I enjoy. That's why when I was creating my journal, by the way, the intentional journal, my intentional journal, a garden to call my own, the intentional garden journal of 2022. Reason why I created this journal and I put the four seasons in is because I enjoy every single season. Every single season has its own specialness, it has its own uniqueness to it. And so, it it is I'm not bored, and the thing is that I get bored quickly if things don't change. After a while I got to change things up and do something different. So I think that I'm in the right location for me, in that I experience the four seasons. Now some people are designed differently. I never seen snow, so you guys have something special. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But then the other thing is that where you are, you enjoy where you are. You know, some people, and I think too, as you get older, many of us, we want to be in a warm climate because then the cold starts to seep into your bones and so forth. Well, you know, you feel the cold a little bit more. I noticed that I've had to put the heat up a little bit higher because I'm a little more sensitive to the cold. I have a lot of seedlings and ran out of room to start any more seeds. You did, Deborah. Well, you're ahead of the rest of us for sure. And that's a good one. Oh, yes. So what I was saying was that I have all of my seeds, right? And I have a couple of others here. But then I was thinking about the flower garden and how I wanted to do a cut flower garden. So that's something new and different that I'm planning on doing for this year coming up. I had the zinnias there, the cosmos, and I was looking at it, I said, I really had that kind of expression there. But last year, I was more or less enjoying the flowers outside, and I was growing the flowers to fill the garden. And then I started cutting flowers. You remember the book? I and I started following her and other people who were cutting flowers like Garden Answer, Laura and Garden Answer, how she was cutting her flowers and starting a cut flower garden. And so I started, because I had planted enough zinnias and other flowers, and I started to really enjoy the zinnia, that I had enough for the garden, but then I started to have enough to bring inside. The other thing that helped me was that I started looking for vases or vases, however you want to pronounce it. When I went to Goodwill, there was a new Goodwill, there's a new Goodwill that has just been built. And it's not too far from the shopping center and other things. So I stopped in there, and when I saw the different vases and different things, I said, wow, I'm going to buy this vase. And I bought the vase, and the vase then led me to say, well, I got to put something in the vase. So I started cutting the flowers, and then that whole creativity started flowing. And then I put it near the window, and, you know, it made me happy when I looked at it. It was like, wow, those flowers are beautiful. And my family started commenting about it, and they were getting involved in the process too. And that just made me want to do something different this year and really create that cut flower garden. What did you say? Somebody said, haha, Deborah. Hey, hey. Oh, hey, hey, Deborah. Yes, Deborah is ahead of the rest of us. I have a lot of seedlings and ran out of room to start any more seeds. Oh, well. But you know what, Deborah? Soon you'll be able to take them outside. So you'll have more room. You'll have more room. And plus, I know you'll come up with a creative way of creating some kind of greenhouse. You know, our topic last week, greenhouse covering. You'll find some way to cover and create. But that's the other thing that the garden allows us to do. It allows us to create. Well, yeah. Now, I went to my Johnny's catalog, and there are a few plants or flowers that I wanted to add to the garden. And I decided for the first time to actually order from the Johnny selection. And the reason why is because they offer a lot of seeds, flower farming at its finest. And it seems like a lot of people are doing that. Miss Catherine, have you took interest in this new block seedling? I notice it's big now. Seems like a lot of work. No, I don't do that. Anything that to me that seems to be a lot of work, I don't do it. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. That doesn't sound right. I want to keep gardening simple and enjoyable, okay? And anything that's going to cause me to feel like I am toiling the earth, I don't want to really do it. And the block seeding just seems like a lot. But what I do like to do is when I start my seedlings and some of the seeds, what I do is I get a pot, I fill it with my TD, I fill it with seed starting soil, and then I just scatter the seeds on top because the seeds are so small, especially the small tiny seeds, and then I let them sprout up, and when they get a certain size, maybe 2 or 3 leaves, when they have their first leaves and then their second leaves, then what I do is I then separate them and pot up. That's what I do. I don't mind potting up, separating them and potting up. And by that time, I have bought some annuals in the annual containers, or I have some cups or some other pots that I can pot up, allow it to develop even more leaves, and then transplant them into the garden. The other thing is I like to direct sow, like for example, the zinnias, the marigolds. Well, not the marigolds, because my marigolds, I did put them in a pot and seeded it there, and then allowed them to grow up, and then I divided. I find that dividing plants is much easier for me. It's actually because that's what I'm used to doing with my perennials. Is actually cutting and dividing and then transplanting. I love that way. That's the way. Slap, grow, and go. Yeah, yeah, I'm not interested in that either. Just sow a seed normally and watch it grow. Yeah, I need to start some flowers. Yeah, so for me, that way works. I'm really intrigued with how some people start sowing seeds in the trays, and that they are able to pick up one seed at a time and put it inside, or maybe 2 in the little cell pack. And to me that seems, it's great, and I wish I could do it, but right now I'm not inspired to sow seeds that way. I'm just being honest with you all. hmm uh, uh, but I do love to start seeds because I do want certain plants and I want them to be successful. And some plants, direct sowing them is not, it seems like they struggle a little bit more and they need that extra help. So I prefer to put them in trays and sprinkle them out and then prick them out and pot them up. Or even my some of like my bulbs, like I'm sure that I haven't been to Costco yet, and I need to get to Costco because I feel in my bones and my spirit that the Costco summer flowering bulbs are probably there. And so maybe tomorrow, if I can cause myself to get out the house, to go to Costco to just check out to see if the flowering bulbs are there. So you might see me do a video on that. No, ma'am, too much. Say it, Miss Catherine. Okay, thank you. Son, I want to keep it enjoyable. So, that's how do you plan to make it more enjoyable? That was actually the topic. When I was writing out my little notes for you all today, how would you rate your gardening experience? And I want you to go to my channel banner and go to the community and make sure that if it pops up, that you take the survey. How would you rate your gardening experience for 2021? Was it great? And I would say was it great? Was it great? Just really a wonderful experience? Would you say that you're at least 80% happy? I'm experiencing with growing lithianthus flowers from seeds started in a tray in January. Wow, that's good, Beverly. Yes, our Sam's Club have them out now. Yeah, okay. So I need to go and check that out. And so I might be ending up doing a video for you all on my Costco balls. When I went to Home Depot to look for a house plant, I still haven't found the right house plant. And I decided not to settle for whatever was there. I said, I am not just going to buy any house plant. I want the right one. And I saw the kind that I was interested in, but it just didn't look healthy enough for me. So I decided I'm going to wait and pick the right one for my space. And that's how I want to garden this year. I want to garden intentional. I don't want to just buy anything and everything that's available. I want to buy what really is speaking to my spirit and my heart and my senses, that making me feel, when I look at it, I see beauty and I'm satisfied. I guess I just want to be very satisfied with my garden and with what I'm buying and doing and what I have the power to control. You know, like I have the power to control what I buy and put in my garden. Now, nature and the environment has the control to decide how things grow. That's their decision. But I'm going to put out what I intentionally want. I was able to grow things and the pests got to them, so I'm building a fence around my raised garden beds. Yeah, yeah, and being, doing the things that could possibly stop it. Because now you're a little wiser, Sonia. You're wiser. You know what's up. So you're not just going to allow things to happen, but you're going to be intentional because, and growing that fence that you're going to, or putting up that fence, you can decide to not just make any kind of fence, but make it attractive, make it beautiful for you. And, so that means that you'll think a little deeper about it. You will be more thoughtful in how and what you decide and what type of fence. Now, I don't know if you know the garden nanny, Renee. Renee, the garden nanny. She did a video. I just watched her today. And she did a challenge, a coin challenge, where she put all of her coins and things and extra money aside to create a budget so that she could buy what she really wants to have in her garden. That she could in a sense be very selective because now she has a budget that she can afford, to put in whatever it is that she wants in her garden. Let me see if I can pull that up for you all. Yeah, Renee. And I was, hey, Cassie, how are you? How are you doing? I hope all is well. Let me see if I can find her video. And I said, that is what it is all about. To put aside the monies and the resources so that you can be intentional about your gardening. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, let me see if I can find it. So I thought that was so good. Yeah. Renee had let me see if I can find it. It's not here. But she had the gardening, let me go here to library, history. Yeah, there it is. February Garden Coin Challenge. RB, the Garden Nanny. Hey, Coco, how you doing? Urban Girl Gardening. Hey, how are you? Yay, how are you all? Good to have you all come on. How you doing, Coco? I hope all is well with you. Yes. But here in Boston, we're doing well. We have a little sunshine, but on Friday we're gonna have snowstorm, a snow. Yes, I just, it's just that's just the way it is. Things will never change. Okay, February. Yeah, February for this month, RB, the Garden Nanny LLC, she she had a garden coin challenge, and what she was doing was having people save them save. She was just saving her coins, and she put it out there so that she can save money to have aside for that special thing that she wants to add to her garden. Maybe it's a plant or something else. And I think that when we start to think of budgeting for what we really want, because now we're wiser, we're able, urban garden, how are you? We're able to actually think about how we can beautify this environment and make it all that we want it to be. How do we plan to make it more enjoyable? And that is what I wanted to talk about. How do you plan to make your garden this year more enjoyable? Just popping in to say hello, hi. Yes, Urban Girl, I am so proud of you. You've been doing fantastic, and your your channel is growing by leaps and bounds. And when you think about, Kiki, how you were before when you first started and all the energy and work that you put into it, but how your garden has really stretched you, and how you now have friends around the world. I blew my budget already. Well, you got to start saving up some more, girl, Coco. But Kiki, how you've grown from leaps and bounds. Now, how this gardening has become more enjoyable for all of us is that we have now. I wrote down some things to me that have made gardening enjoyable and how we can make it even more. I am blessed. Thank you. Yes, you are. That one. Here are some of the things. Think about this. That this whole gardening experience last year opened you up, one, to clean eating, right? Clean eating. Our eating has changed. And I've seen that you did a vegetarian sort of challenge, right? Your eating, changing your eating style. Your eating has changed. One, you're saving money. I've thought about it. All of last year, I didn't have to go to the produce. I didn't have to buy tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, corn. I didn't have to buy squash. I didn't have to buy zucchini. I didn't have to buy all of that. I just went into my garden, and my garden was my produce section. And there I was able to eat and enjoy what I grew in the garden, and to feed my family with it, with my patty pan and my sage and my wonderful basil. I was able to drink my mint teas and all of that. It was just great. It was just such a great. I'm going to start uploading videos because of you, Catherine. Oh, good. That's great, because you have a beautiful garden, Coco. I did a raw vegan challenge. Now I eat vegan 1 week a month. Otherwise, I am pescatarian. Yes, and that is it. Your eating has changed. You're eating clean. You're experiencing the joy because now you're healthier. Your skin looks better. Your hair is fuller. Look, my hair is growing. I know it's from all of that good food that I was eating before. And all of that is great. Yeah, Coco, do it. And I remember when you first started, Kiki, And then now, look at that. I don't know. You're at 2,000, right? Subscribers. You have built your community, and your family is involved with you. Involve the loved ones, your kids, and people. If you see Kiki, she's shining so amazing. Yes, she is. And people, your family, your husband, and your children are involved in this gardening. Yes, Miss Ken, you look beautiful. Thank you, my sweet. Yeah, and so reduce. The other thing that you've done is that you become more creative. We're all become a little more creative in our the things that we have. So we've reduced the plastic waste. We're helping the environment. We're enriching the soil because we're making good soil. Gotta check out her channel. Yes, you do. We're enriching the soil. We're making the soil better. And also, what is the biggest thing I think that this gardening, this whole gardening experience and doing the lives, is the collaboration with other gardeners, being with like-minded people and like-minded communities. And like, I have my style, definitely, yes. I have my style. You know my style. This is my style, okay? Me, and I'm going to be me. But Kiki has her style, and that's beautiful. Oh, by the way, we can't tell people to grow vegetables and then deep fry everything. Lana gotta eat, feel good. Yes, I have to get the door. 1 second. I'm coming. Don't leave me. Yeah, I'm doing my show. Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's okay. Just had to let my daughter in the house. Hey, brother Rambo Green Hands. Yes, yes, yes. So the thing is this, is that the collaboration. Oh, what I wanted to share with you all, go and visit Nino and Lou. Nino and Lou. I watched their video and it touched my heart so much. It says, helping the homeless, how we help to feed the homeless in our community. And it seems like up there in Toronto, hey, Yummy, how are you doing? Yummy is consistent in commenting on every single video. He comes on and comments on every, Yummy, comments on every video. It's amazing. I see all these strings of hearts, and that just makes me so happy. So the rest of you, comment too. Even if you just leave me a heart, a thumbs up, yep, just like that. Or something. Yes, it makes me so happy. But what I want to tell you this, before you all go or whatever, yep. Before you all go, yes, he is. It just touches my heart because I know somebody's enjoying it, and then every now and again I get nice job, like that idea, short and sweet and to the point. It's beautiful. Helping the homeless. How we help to feed the homeless in our community. Nino and Lou. I watched their video. And I want you to know that I was so touched by it. If you, they're new to gardening, and their channel has been growing also. And they put it out 2 days ago. Make sure you check them out. But it was so good that they're up there in Toronto, and he likes to cook. The husband, he likes to cook, and he made some soup. And she is so sweet. They went out and they went to a certain location, and some people brought clothes and so forth for the homeless so that they can pick out the clothes. It was right there, and it was clean clothes too. And then even though it was outside, it was still available, accessible. And then also from the back of their car, they had the hood, the the hood up. But from the back of their car, they were feeding people soup, hot soup. And, Toronto's cold. I love Toronto. I almost moved to Toronto. Um, and yeah, Nina Lu, and just amazing. Plus, they have a heart of gold. Yes. And so, all of that is part of this whole gardening experience, that we could find a way of sharing our food with others in the community. Like in the past, what I've done, before my church started growing their food, and there was another church that I was involved in as well. I would gather as much of the tomatoes and the peppers and the cucumbers and so forth, and I'd have two boxes or crates of food and take it to church with me. And I'd have them already pre-bagged and everything, so people could just take a bag full of the tomatoes, and then I'd have it like little tomatoes and the other kind of tomatoes, or the peppers or the cucumbers, and I would have I would gather enough of those plastic bags so that they could put it in and take it home with them and have some fresh vegetables. But what I did was I would take it to church and I told Pastor, listen, Pastor, I want you to bless this food, these vegetables. This is my first fruits, and I want you to bless it. And so I made him bless the first fruits. I made him put him up and bless it. And then I distributed it out to others. Now, you all don't have to be as dramatic as I am, but, But the thing is that find a way of now stepping out of your comfort zone. And how can you bless others? Even your family members. Like if you have an auntie or someone or an uncle, an older person who can't garden, but you have extra tomatoes, to share it with them, and you have extra peppers, or send some of those cut flowers. Yeah, my uncle, I would make like a little baggie. We have free food fridges all around the city. I add fresh produce to them during the growing season. Yeah, exactly. So now, because part of the joy of gardening is the abundance that is in the garden. And how can we, and when you give, more is given back to you. And it's a warm feeling. You're kinder and a better person. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you're kinder and a better person by giving. And another part that I was involved in too was collaborating with a lady who had a program for children during the summer to teach them gardening. And that's the other thing. If you have young children, grandchildren, your own children, your nieces, your nephews, to start involving your loved ones. Service is our rent here on earth. Yes. Oh, see? Kiki's helping me preach this sermon. Go ahead, girl. Yay. The other thing is teaching your children. I love Miss Cheryl because she has some grandchildren, and she used to bring her granddaughter, little thing that she was caring for, and the granddaughter would help her garden. And she would let her hold the can, the watering can, and she said, "Come on, help me, baby." And then she says, "I have 2 apples here." That's when she first started. "I have 2 apples here. One is for you, Brianna, and one is for you," her little grandson. And she would share it with them, so that they're eating the fresh foods and loving the garden and planting and everything like that. And this year, my little grandson, he came out and he started digging. He saw his papa digging, and he wanted to dig, so I gave him the little trowel. He started digging. I just had to watch him because I didn't want him to destroy my garden, but I let him dig. And he had the little watering can, a little plastic water can. He took it up and he wanted to pour the water because he saw us watering. give a lot of away to my neighbors. Yes, and so even with the kids, that whole idea of helping to collaborate, and that might be a good thing too. Like I know that one of the ladies, I'm gonna have to connect with her, but we started a gardening program at one of the elementary schools. And if you saw some of my earlier, I think like it was last year or the year before, it was before COVID. So I think it was like the second year. I think I did put it on this channel here where we did gardening. And it was so much fun to help and go and support the local gardeners and local people. You're not being extra. Oh, okay. Thank you, Coco. So, that is something that helps to make this gardening experience more enjoyable and more enriching. And so we're just giving ideas of when you start to garden to see this as a growth experience for you, a time for you to grow. I'm just kind of prepping you so that when you see these opportunities come up, that you will grab them and embrace them. So the clean eating, the saving money, yeah, with your produce, experiencing the joy, that is amazing, Miss Catherine. Teach them children to learn how to grow food and know where the food comes from. Yeah, the Most High has blessed you. You are just passing on the blessings. Yes, Coco, that's my goal. Every season is to grow enough to share. Yes, that is beautiful. Yes. And so I am sharing with you my thoughts on this. Yes, we have to teach the kids as well, apart from the vegetable project in my school district. Yes, good, good, good. Yes. So when these opportunities come for you to share your gardening with your local schools, with your church, with your community, with your, wherever you live, take that opportunity, jump at it, say yes, I will, yes, I will. So we have the ideas and how you can continue to experience the joy of the garden. So we talked about clean eating, saving money by eating your produce. Yes, experiencing the joy of being out there and growing things, involving your loved ones. Please hit the like button. Yeah, hit that like button. You tell them, Rambo, hit that like button. Hit that like what I'm saying. Hit it. Yes, let that expression be felt. Yes. Reducing plastic waste by being creative and coming up with exciting ways to enhance and beautify your space. Collaborating with other gardeners, which we're talking about here, being a part of a gardening community. And I just feel so blessed. We had a roll call of where people were from here. And just knowing that I have people from California, my Sonia, people from the Midwest to all the way in the UK. That sounds like my grandson. Uh-huh. Digging up your dirt and all of that. And people from up north, where I am, and even further north, and people from the south and all over the world, that we can connect with one another, that you are blessed with a gardening community. And I was also saying that we're all different. My style is different from your style, is different from another person's style. It's because every garden is unique to the person who creates it. And so your garden does not have to look like my garden. And my garden should not have to look like your garden. I need to make my garden my own. New York in the house. Yay, girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. We had a roll call of where people were from and what zone. That your own uniqueness and enjoy who you are. That's part of being a gardener, is that it helps you to figure out who you are and what you like and what you don't like and how you can design to please you. And it's all right. Now I like certain, like last week when we were talking about greenhouses. You know, some people have this greenhouse, some people have that, or with the container gardens, gardening and containers. Ohio, Zone 6A. Uh-huh. Yeah, and so the thing is that that's so that you have to, hi, just watching for the first time. Cool Weather Farmer, how are you? So good to have you to come in the chat. Yay! Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, and I'm just chatting away. I just have me a good old time here with you all. And you all are listening. That's so nice. I feel blessed. I really do. Yeah, those greenhouses were so pretty. Thank you. Hey, Cool Weather Farmer. Yes. Howdy, Cool Weather Farmer. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you can get your own copy. Did I leave it in here? No. I took it into the other room. But you can get your own copy of that brochure, of that catalog, and they will send it to you. It's so beautiful. And that helps us to dream a little bit better. We are all caretakers of our garden with different styles. What did you say, Rambo? With garden with different styles and unique approaches, which is super. I love this community. Yes, me too, me too, me too. And what did you say, Cassie? Cassie was saying something. Welcome. Yes, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey there. Yes, Cool Weather Farmer. You got to hear me ramble. You're right, Rambo. Yes, it is such a great thing. The other thing about the garden community and being a part of the garden community, now I haven't done this because I really wasn't into seeds, but now I've become a little bit more interested in seeds and different types of seeds. But some of you are into seed swapping. I know Rachel is one of them, and also Angela's homestead and Beadsby. She has been part of like the seed swapping idea, and Kiki also does seed swapping, and but also sharing recipes. Now, people, did you see my pumpkin? My last little pumpkin. It was a good size. And I made the pumpkin pie, and I've been enjoying it, and my family's been enjoying it as well. But that is something doing. You just you give seeds away. I just give seeds away. Yes, I like swapping seeds. You too, Deborah. Well, hang out with Kiki. She loves swapping and giving away seeds. But recipes, that's another thing. The whole idea of, and I really want to get more into that. Pumpkin pie looked delicious. It was good. I did. The last pumpkin. You did? Yes, I saw that delicious looking pumpkin pie. You did? Yes, good, good, good. Well, the thing is that recipes, and I have been just enjoying cooking. Now, granted, I was so busy in my former life doing what I had to do there that I really wasn't into cooking. And thankfully, my husband liked to cook, so I was happy. So you go ahead, cook. I cooked to survive, not cook to enjoy. But now that I have my own food and my fresh foods, I have been cooking to enjoy. You know, like I'm enjoying the process of cooking and preparing the different meals and adding my vegetables and seeing what I can add to the meats and the this and the that. And next year I really have to work on the I want to do more canning. Yeah, well, and the canning, for those of you who can, I don't can, but those of you who can, yeah, just getting into recipes and making food. Like Kiki, I know you love recipes. Well, if you Sonia and Deborah and those of you who want to can, I know that Miss Cheryl is into canning. Also, Homestead Heart, she is also into canning. Who else cans? Sandria of a Nest. I know I have a name all screwed up there, but a beautiful nest, Sandria of a beautiful nest, that she too also, let me see if I can get, no. I'm trying to see if I could pull up some of my subscriptions so, so that I can see. I could tell you who likes to do what. Subscribers. Who am I subscribed to? A Beautiful Nest. She likes to do canning too. And then, of course, you know the New Orleans gardener. She has a lot. She tucks a lot. I don't think she does canning so much, but she likes. I started canning once I harvest enough to take my canner out of the box. It's still in the box, huh? Oh. Yeah, I know that I'm not gonna can. I don't like. I never liked canned anyway soups like that. I'd rather make it fresh and eat it right at the moment, right at that time. So I'm not one to want to store up canned foods, but those I know that there are a lot of people interested in that. I know Led Farmer was doing a lot of teaching on canning and so forth, and they were thinking more of it as like survival food. And for me, that doesn't work for me. I mean, so each his own, but there are people out there who teach that. Okay, agree. I so go ahead and do it. If you want to do canning, go ahead. But the whole idea of sharing recipes and figuring out how you can now enjoy your foods, and even trying. Homestead loves canning. Yes, Homestead Heart. She loves canning, and I like her style. I like how she teaches. She's like down to earth, and I like her style. I think she has a new channel out too that has a lot of cooking. I want to say, my amazing people, I think we are the future and saving grace of this world with the knowledge we all have in growing food. Yes, Rambo Raymond is being very prophetic. Rambo, you are speaking the truth there. Yes, and you're calling us amazing. I think we are the future and saving grace. Yeah, and you know what? That is what it is, because there are going to be those who are not going to be able to or have the desire to grow food. But when we grow food and we are blessed with more than enough, with an abundance of food, then we're able to help others. And we'll be able to have food on our ground. The other thing is growing fruit trees and growing edible foods like berries and so forth, and raspberries, and different trees and so forth. I was walking around my garden and looking at my fruit trees, and my plum trees are so sturdy and strong, and I planted them a couple of years back, and they look so healthy where I planted them. And then I have an apple tree, a peach tree, and some pear trees. And it's nice to have that, to know that they're going to grow and develop and become edible food to eat. That when or if something should happen, I can go out and pick an apple or pick a pear or pick a peach, or pick the plum from my garden. And it's not just for now, but also for the future. So look for those trees, because they're out there. And the berries too, blueberries, raspberries, all of that. And plant some of those perennial shrubs of the berries, the blueberries, and so forth, because that will help into the future. And now with all of this whole thing of war and rumors of war, you don't know what is next. So it is good to be mindful of that too, and to prepare. And some, Led Farmer, he talks a lot about survival and survival food, and growing and planting. So he gives a lot of that information. I'm looking to buy more fruit trees, but the price is giving me uppercut, like, whoa. That's why doing the same thing that Renee is talking about, budgeting and putting aside whatever it is that you need, so that you can purchase what purchase those trees. But see, the first thing is that you have to know that you want them, right, Rainbow? So that's a good thing, that you know what you want to add. Oh, Deborah, you're leaving us, so thank you so much for being with us, Deborah, and have a really great night. Thank you for sharing your information and your experiences and the whole idea of what you need to do. I know you said that your daughter was a cook, so the whole idea of recipes and coming up with great ways of putting your food together. Wonderful. Have a really good night. And I'm about to end soon too, because I already got a warning there. So I'm about to wrap it up here. Dan's permaculture too. Okay. Gardens of Me, Bev. So explore new plants in the garden. That's what I wanted to also write here. So that's really the last tip or thing that I wanted to share, to also start to think of how to explore new plants in the garden, and then also think about fall harvesting and produce for the winter. Nighty night, Deborah. Yay! Nighty night to all of you. So we're about to wrap up here, because I covered everything on my list. Yep, I had a list. How do you plan to make it more enjoyable? Yeah, so I just wanted to drop these seeds. You know, everything that I mentioned is bath time for the littles. Happy growing, everyone. Yes, the little ones, yes. So I just planted those seeds in your head, your mind. All right, I'm planting these seeds of ideas of joy and enjoying your garden and helping you to think and expand. That's what I'm doing. I am gardening I'm dropping seeds of joy in your heart, in your garden heart, so that you can start to see and understand more and more about what is happening with this gardening. That it's not just the actions of gardening, of planting seed, but there's so much more benefits to it. And as you approach this new gardening season, approach it with the joy of knowing that you're going to gain so much more out of it. And so I want to thank you all so much for spending your time with me. Thank you for all of the thumbs up. Thank you for all of those who listened and came on the chat. So many more of you. It really touched my heart and blessed me. And I feel the joy. I feel it. I feel the love. Yay. So give yourselves a hand. Thank you, my teeny garden. Yes. Teresa Williams. Yes. Good night. Thank you so much. Gardens are me. Nighty night, best gardening community out there. Be blessed. Yes, my Bev. Yes, thank you, Sonia, for welcoming everyone while I talked. I appreciate it. Rambo, you're welcome, because you are amazing. Thank you, my sweetness. You're amazing too. Congratulations on your growth. And grow, 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 grow together. Yes. And all of you. Oh, I am just... Yes, God bless you. Cool weather, farmer. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. Sonia, my sweetness. L. Anderson, have a great night. Oh, yes, you're wonderful. Come on, come on. Show yourself so I can thank you. Yes, you all are fabulous. And you make me happy. And, hopefully next week I will have my Costco bulbs to show you. And we could talk about that. And so stay blessed. Kiki, thank you so much for coming and joining me. Coco, thank you so much. Yes, and start your YouTube channel. Who else is there? All of you all. Yummy, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. And all of you, make sure that you leave a comment down. Make sure that you watch those videos and leave a comment, right? I will appreciate it so that the channel can grow and I can grow. Because I want to grow too. I want to grow this channel and I want us to go together. Thank you, Coco. Yes, be blessed, my sweet. I'm so proud of you. And you have a beautiful garden. Yes, yes. Oh, also remember to visit the website too. Catherine's Garden Home LWS.weebly.com. I'm going to leave it in the show notes and a description down below. And also, if you're interested in following me with my journal, I'm going to be doing some more videos on this and utilizing it, A Garden to Call My Own, the Intentional Garden Journal, as we go on. And so as we continue to experience it. And actually, the thoughts that I had here for this came out of my garden journal, where I wrote, spring, color your way to calm. You can do this. So this is just a word of encouragement in my garden. And I drew this little coloring activity, put it in there so that you can relax and color your way to calm. So that's one of the activities in the journal, and that's where this was this idea, the topic came from. So have a wonderful evening. Love you all. Where we thank you for coming to Catherine's Garden and Home, where we grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. That's right. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's Garden and Home. Yes, G Mama Grows, thank you for coming on too. And everyone that stopped by and those who are watching and enjoying. Yes, have a wonderful, fantastic week. Yes. Oh, could you get that? That is a troll right there. Thank you. Have a wonderful, thank you, Sonia. There you go. You did it, Sonia. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful week. God bless you all. Have a good day. Bye, my sweetnesses. Bye, G Mama Grows. We're in the same zone, my zone sister, zone 6 sister. Have a great day, everybody. Bye. Grow, 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 grow together.